What is up, besties? It is your girl Karmic, back to you again with another video, and this time we are bringing back an oldie because it has been brought to my attention that Mr. Scott Peterson is now trying to get his conviction overturned. Of course, you guys know me and I did not do research prior. Let me start with the summary in case you don't know this case. So in December, Christmas Eve of 2002, Laci Peterson was 8 months pregnant. And she goes missing, and the husband is acting hella sketch, and then her body is found in April of the next year. And so there was this happened in 2002, so this was around like when I was a teenager, so I remember this case. And I also have to point out that in the reading I kept feeling like he was trying to get something overturned. I didn't realize he already got the death penalty overturned, so when I mention the death penalty, just switch it to whatever else he could be trying to overturn, because that's kind of where I screw up sometimes. Is I'd rather go in blind than biased. You know what I'm saying? So in today's reading, we are taking a look at, once and for all, allegedly and for entertainment purposes only, besties, zero facts here, if the husband really did do the crime. Did he allegedly murder his pregnant wife? And yeah, so as always, this is a legend for entertainment purposes only. I can't stress that enough. My intention was really just for once and for all to find out what the hell happened, to give Laci a place to speak, you know what I mean? Whether that was her coming through her spirit team, my spirit team, whatever. I just wanted her truth to be told. And this was actually a comment that I saw. I believe the name was Stephanie Miles, so shout out to you for that, because for some reason I was like, I'm drawn to this, and then I saw that he was trying to get his shit overturned, and I was like, oh, I gotta do this now. So we were doing true crime today, guys. I mean, I feel like most of what we cover ends up being true crime, even when it's pop culture, but God bless America. Anyway, so as always, thank you to everybody that sits through 30 seconds of ads. It's a free and easy way to support my page. What is up, my besties, my regulars? I love you guys so much. I see your handles all the time. I see regular names and faces, and I love it. Or not necessarily faces, just little, whatever your emoji thingy is. But yeah, like I said, we just dove in. I looked at what happened on the day that she passed away. What happened? Like, why was her life taken? What went on that moment? And I saw a lot. And I also feel like I got a little bit of information on what could end up happening when he tries to overturn this case. But as always, you got a lot of free will going on here, so I can't promise anything. But the one thing I can try to promise you is that I did my best in getting her story out. So, as always, alleged and for entertainment purposes only, because I know that yeah, but if you guys like true crime, you got to let me know down in the comments, because if true crime doesn't do well, then I'm not going to cover it anymore. And I feel like true crime should be covered more, because there's a lot of cases that we never got answers to, and I would like to cover them. So let me know if you want me to continue doing true crime readings. Let me know if there's specific cases you guys want me to look into. I know you guys keep bringing up Idaho 4. I will eventually get to it. I just haven't been called to do it yet because of all the Diddy shit that's happening right now. But for some reason, I was really called to do this reading. So I hope that I did it justice. I hope that I spoke out of respect for Laci. But yeah, if you guys want to book a private reading with me, please note that it takes up to a month. I'm starting now to email you guys right before your reading comes in, so that way you're not left hanging. And that way I understand that things change within a month. So if, God forbid, the question you ask, that's why please don't ask time-sensitive topics, because I can't promise anything. But I will start reaching out to ask you guys ahead of time. So when you get an email from me, chances are it's going to be, hey, your reading's up this week. Let's just make sure everything's still tip-top. But otherwise, like I said, you guys want a good reading, not a burnt-out one. And if I'm burnt out, you're not getting your money's worth, and I don't want to do that to you. So please be patient with me, because that's when I can do my best work, and you want my best work. But yeah, you guys can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. All the links are down below. Come chill with me on Facebook, because I'm kind of getting the ick towards Facebook nowadays. I don't know what it is. I'm just kind of like, I think because like there's just so many opportunities for people to be like negative and problematic, and I just don't want that in my life anymore. But yeah, I feel like this reading was pretty cut and dry. I feel like I got information that will probably never see the lights of day, to be honest with you. I don't, unless people know about this, unless there's like town gossip. I'm not sure. This is where I need y'all to come in. So again, if you're into true crime, please let me know that you're into true crime by liking and commenting on this video, because if this doesn't do well, then I'm going to have to stick to pop culture. And I would really like some variety, y'all. I'd like to cover conspiracy and aliens and pop culture, but also true crime. And also, I want to delve into the psychology of so many people's minds. I'm so curious about a lot of deaths in the industry as well. So as this page grows and develops, we'll figure it out as we go. Always look at the community posts, because your opinion matters. This video wouldn't have happened if Miss Stephanie didn't say she wanted to see this. Do you see what I'm saying? So your opinion matters here. This is not like voting. And, woo! I didn't say it. She didn't say it. I mean, you should try anyway, but look at where we're at today. Do you want a felon or a dementia patient? I don't know, whatever. Narcissist or dead. Yay. Anyway, y'all, I did a lot of self-reflecting, and I was in the grass all weekend, so my energy's back to normal, so I could finally get down to business. And I started with something dark, so per usual, I'm going to have to go outside and clean myself off energetically. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you do down below in the comments. But without further ado, besties, all legend entertainment purposes only. Thank you for sitting through 30 seconds of ads. Thank you for being here. Love you guys so much. But without further ado, let's get into it. All right, besties. So we are going to take a look at the infamous Laci Peterson case. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I cannot get the Chris Watts murder out of my head. And didn't he, you know, allegedly murder his family for the side piece, allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only? I cannot get the Chris Watts murder out of my head. And I can't get the song Secret from Maroon 5 out of my head, where it's like, everyone has a secret. Oh, but can they keep it? No, they can't. So I feel like this might be cut and dry, but I don't know. I haven't pulled the cards. All legend and for entertainment purposes only. There are zero facts here. I don't even know. Hopefully, let's set the intention that this will somehow help. Maybe this could help. I don't know. We'll see. Let's find out what happened. Look at how messy this deck just started. All right. All legend for entertainment purposes only. Thank you to everybody that says through 30 seconds of ads. It's a free and easy way to support my page. Let's just fucking dive right in. What happened to Laci Peterson that fateful night? Oh, God. Bro, come on. Come on. You know. The way I could end this reading right now. 111 on the clock. New beginnings. Today for tomorrow. Notice how there's two women here. Triumph of lies. Who's lying? Sacrifice. Someone's got to go. I got two women here. Well, this could be why I kept seeing Chris Watts. Is it possible that this guy could either be like a narcissist or a sociopath? Because it's, did you see how my camera just kind of, look at that. Okay. I'm not touching it. I'm not moving it. Triumph of lies. Bro, this feels cut and dry to me, but we will dive into the night itself. Sacrifice in the reverse gives me the vibe. You know what I'm hearing is like, I'm hearing the song Tempted to Touch, which is giving me the vibe of like he's someone that just can't really, yeah. Because I'm hearing Miley Cyrus, I can't be tamed. I don't think that he's capable of loving just one person. I think that he's one of many people that looks outside of himself for pleasures because he has no idea what it's like to be happy within, and being drawn to how this person is a shell of themselves while wearing their crown, which kind of comes with a lot of when you seek external validation instead of internal. But with sacrifice in the reverse, I'm going to be honest, I don't know that that was necessarily his end game. I feel like I'm going to have to pull the tarot. Sacrifice in the reverse kind of gives me like manslaughter or not planned is kind of the vibe I'm getting from that. Because if that was upright, then I'd be like, okay, he felt like one of them had to go. But I think this could have been, I keep hearing crime of passion. Now, I'm not saying that that makes it any better. I'm just saying this is what I'm getting. How you choose to internalize that is up to your own filters. But 7 on the sacrifice card really brings me to like, this was fated for some reason. I see this in a lot of cases that go mainstream. It's like it's supposed to bring awareness to something, but I'm not picking up what that is yet. I don't know if I will. Maybe that's something. higher up spiritually that I just don't understand yet. Because like I said, I've seen it with the Chris Watts murders as well. I guess for my conspiracy theorists, you can argue ritual, but I doubt it. I just don't feel that. This feels like, what if she caught him cheating? Because now I'm hearing the song, I should have lied, I should have cheated, baby, I should have went out to the club. And the song is basically about her being accused of the very thing that he's doing. So I almost wonder if, you know how like people that cheat, they project a lot. They're like, oh, let me look through your phone. Oh, you're up to no good. I almost wonder if this was like an argument where, like, because I'm being drawn to my reading of the reading I did with Chris Brown and Rihanna, where it's like, I don't care what the news says. It seemed like she found shit on his phone and just went berserk. And that's kind of the same vibe that I'm getting. It's almost like he was forced to choose. And he didn't want to choose. And then it was like a rage that kind of permeated his bones. Because when I'm being drawn back to the triumph of lies, you're a shell of a person. And it almost gives me the vibe of like, maybe he got caught by Laci. And so it was like, well, I'm fucked. What am I going to do? And then crime of passion. You know what I mean? I feel drawn to call a couple more cards. 444 when I said that. Temple of my body in reverse. Obsession. This is giving me the vibe of like, if I can't have you, no one else will. I think this was the type of dude that wanted to have his cake and eat it too. I won't cry for you. Yeah, I feel like this guy might be like a narcissist, or I don't think he's a sociopath. I think he's a narcissist, allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. Because Temple in my body in the reverse, well, obviously someone took her. And obsession kind of gives me the vibe of like, again, it's like, if I can't have you, no one will. So I almost wonder if she caught him. Is there any rumors or anything in like the back end where it's like she was suspect about him? Maybe she went through his phone. Maybe she went through his internet or something like that. Or maybe he was concerned that he would get caught. Maybe he projected his own fears onto her. Maybe she said something that was just like a trigger word, thought he got caught, and then just snapped. Because it's giving me O.J. Simpson vibes. It's like my emotions getting the best of me. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying this is what I'm feeling. It's like my emotions get the best of me. I don't want to lose you, but I don't want to lose her. But now I'm in a tough pickle because I'm going to lose you. I'm going to lose my kids. It's kind of giving me the vibe of like, you know how we watch a lot of movies where it's like, you can't take my kids from me, and then the men go fucking batshit crazy. It's kind of giving me that, where it's like, I almost wonder if she found out, threatened to leave, and it's like, if I can't have you, no one will. It's giving me O.J. Simpson vibes. I don't know. We'll look at the cards. Revenge, bro. I don't buy that it was the burglars. I know a lot of people think that it could. Parasite, revenge, forgetting oneself in the reverse. He knew what he was doing. The parasite, narcissist. This is narcissist because a parasite is an energy vampire. An energy vampire is a narcissist. No one can make a narcissist happy. Revenge, look, it's a female. And that's the back deck energy. And I asked what happened. I almost feel like she found out about him cheating. Because I can't get that song out of my head where it's like, I should have lied. I should have cheated. Maybe I should have went out to the club. You know, like when you get accused of the very thing that they're doing, that's kind of the vibe of this. I don't know. I could be wrong. Let's pull the tarot and find out what happened on that day. I'm going to be honest. I came in as unbiased as possible, but those cards do not read to me at all like anything other than he did it. Allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only, no facts here because these are just cards and I am not a prosecutor. But that being said, let's take a look at the cards to really see. Allegedly, he is a... So basically, let's just check on... I'm so tongue-tied, which is why, like, something's weird about this. Something is off. I could feel that because I'm being drawn to like cases where like things weren't adding up. Is it possible that his parents have an in with the police or something? Because I'm being drawn to like Tiger King and how there's all these accusations of like police interference and stuff like that. Is it possible that the parents on Scott's end are a little more intelligent than they let out to be? Because like you gotta question who can create a narcissist. You know what I mean? I don't know. Let's check the cards before I speak too much. All right, bestie. So let's get in. I'm drawn to the haunted house like holy hell. So, I mean, are we shocked? It's a true crime reading. But as always, thank you to everybody that sits through 30 seconds of ads. It's a free and easy way to support my page. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you. And to the people that are really into this case, fill in the gaps for me, please, oh please. I looked online. It said that she is a Taurus and he is a Scorpio. We are just going to go with that. If that's not true, I just need it for the cards. So let's see what happened that night. Okay. Queen of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. Hold on. Before I say anything, I'm going to clarify. Fuck. Other piece. Separation. Do we know the birthday of the fucking mistress? All right, let's see. Yeah, so I don't know how true this is, but I did just look up the mistress. I asked Miss Alexa, and apparently Amber Frey's birthday makes her an Aquarius. There she is. Knight of Pentacles, that's him. This is giving me the vibe of, okay, so he was creating another lifestyle with that Amber chick, and promising her forever, and then a conflict happens. I feel like he was putting in the work to make Amber like the mistress, like number one. But then it was like, I think that he might have been planning to leave. Maybe that's why I can't get the Chris Watts murder out of my head, because he was planning to leave his wife. This is kind of the same fucking vibe as that. Ace of Cups, I'm pulling my emotions away from you. 9 of Swords, can't figure out what I did wrong. 2 of Swords is a separation. I really feel like Laci caught him and wanted to leave him. It's kind of giving me the vibe of, if I can't have you, no one else will. 5 of Pentacles in reverse is abuse of power. 4 of Swords. This is reminding me of getting yanked out of the bed, which I don't usually feel that. But like, this is like a moment of vulnerability that cost me my life. I almost feel like she caught him and addressed it, and then he snaps. That's the vibe that I'm getting. I'm open to being wrong, but I don't see anything about there being like burglars. I don't see none of that. This feels like going through his phone or his emails, finding some shit. And remember, Taurus women, Taurus in general, headstrong, right? So if it's come correct or don't come at all for a lot of Taurus people. So for me, it's like, I wonder if she caught something revolving his work. Like maybe she checked a work email with that 8 of Pentacles. It's like he thought he would never get caught. Because with the 5 of Wands, it reminds me of like multiple people, and your ego and pride, you're managing multiple people and you're putting the work into multiple people. This is the mistress because she showed up as an Aquarius online, if that's true or not, whatever, but that's her right there. That's him, Knight of Pentacles. But he couldn't live up to this expectation of the 10 of Pentacles, which is like the happily ever after. He's selling it to 2 different women. I think that he intended to just ride out both relationships and never get caught. I don't think his intention was necessarily to kill Laci. I'm not saying that it's okay what he did. I'm simply saying I think his goal wasn't to, get rid of his wife to have another girl. I think his goal was to have them both. And I feel like Laci might have caught him. And so I also feel like he weaponized his love a lot. This is kind of giving me the vibe of like someone who, like their phone's dead for the rest of the night and you're like, where are you? I think that the baby was her way of lying to herself about who he really was. I think she was very excited to be a mom again. I think she was looking forward to this. It's kind of giving me the vibe of like having, because I keep hearing the song Stay for the Kids. So I wonder if they were having problems, but she was too prideful to admit that. And she's dating a Scorpio, and an uninvolved Scorpio is not going to tell their secrets. You know what I mean? And so I think she might have been, Because she's giving me like wide-eyed energy, kind of like a young child, and not in a bad way, just like innocence is the vibe I would say. And so I think that she thought that this would save the marriage. And so when she caught him, it's almost like all of a sudden lights out. Like I almost feel like it was like a fit of rage because I just can't get O.J. Simpson out of my head. And I've done that reading, and that's exactly how I felt with him. It's like he blacked out and snapped. That's kind of the same vibe I'm getting. It's like, you catch me out for what I'm doing. I don't have any way to manipulate my love for you anymore. And so I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. You're not going to make me choose. And so it's kind of giving me the vibe. Like I'm being drawn to like Eminem songs. I think it's Stan. I should know this by heart. I'm a diehard Eminem, old school. But I'm channeling, so I can't think. But the song where he like takes Kim's life, allegedly, in the song, not in real life. But it's kind of giving me that vibe where he's like, I fucking hate you. I swear to God, I hate you. Oh my God, I love you. So it's like, honestly, this feels like a narcissist that snapped because he got caught. I cannot get that song out of my head. I think it's Keisha Cole. I should have lied. I should have cheated. Great song. Anyway, let's move forward. Vulnerability, abuse of power. This is like taking her out of her home. Because the Four of Swords is reminding me of like the literal bed and then being yanked out. So I don't know if she was actually literally taken out of bed, but it feels like he yanked her out of wherever she was. Home, whatever. Because I feel like she confronted him. Seven of Pentacles. Look at all the energy I put into this. Here he is. Yeah, he's not naive. He's not innocent. This is like if your spouse catches you cheating and you feel like you're going to lose everything. So instead of... Because this is like, I don't want to go through divorce proceedings. I don't want to lose all my money. I'm being drawn to all the gold around him. I don't want to lose face. I think he's got a very strong ego. I think this is why he's still fighting the charges to this day. But I'm going to be honest. I don't see any cards that say that there's somebody else. Like, if there was someone that we're not aware of, or if it was the burglars or anything, like 3 of Wands should have popped up by now. And I'm just not. This is him. This is him. This is his cheating with the chick. I knew I felt the need to look up her sign, and she's a fucking Aquarius. That's her. And I said I felt like Laci might have caught him. Because with the Fool in the reverse, it's like I'm not naive anymore. But that's with both of them, because now he's looking at this as look at all the energy that I put into it, which is literally what I just said, Seven of Pentacles. You're looking at all the energy you've already put into something. And with the Fool card, it's like, and look at how in this Fool card, there's a woman running away. You know what I mean? So it's giving me the vibe of like, I don't want her to go. It's giving me O.J. Simpson. Isn't O.J. a Scorpio? Is O.J. a Scorpio? I don't know. Whatever. Take it resonates. But it's giving Scorpio vibes. I feel like it's literally just if I can't have you, no one else can. Knight of Wands is an aggressor. Is it possible that he had help? And that's why there's so much wiggle room in this case for speculation? Because again, I'm just being drawn to like, you know what I'm being drawn to? Oh my God. Great example. The Brian Laundrie case. Am I getting his name right? Whatever. Where he was the narcissist and Gabby Petito was the abused. And it kind of looks like his parents helped him escape that situation. And I'm kind of getting that same vibe. Where it's like, I don't know that his parents necessarily helped him escape it. But it would be like, I'm hearing like blind worship, blind follow. Like, you know how like your kids can do no wrong if you're like one of those extra parents? Like, it's kind of giving me that vibe. It's like, I got to protect at all costs. It's kind of giving me the vibe of like, you know how people will be like, I lost one kid, I don't want to lose another. Like if one kid were to kill another, you know what I'm saying? Like if there was 2 siblings and one sibling kills the other and the parents like, well, we're going to hide this because we don't want to lose this kid as well. That's kind of the same vibe I'm getting, where maybe they had a hand in this somehow. Either like they talked to him. I feel like they know he did it. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know to the extent of what they know. I'm going to pull more cards, but this is like he has a habit of thinking with his dick, and we've had to bail him out before. And we're in a fucked if you can, fucked if you can't, whatever that saying is. I'm butchering that, but you know what I mean. Yeah, this is like his emotions getting the best of him and then everything falling apart. Honestly, I feel like this was like I don't feel like this was a planned thing. I don't, the irony is, I don't think that he'd be on death row if he just told his story. I think he'd probably be capable of getting like manslaughter, or, I don't know, like, because I keep hearing like gross negligence and shit like that in my head. It's giving me the vibe of like, yeah, because you know what I'm hearing is Mariah Carey, We Belong Together, where it's like, I didn't mean it when I said I didn't love you, so. Again, I'm not defending his actions. I'm just explaining his mindset and her mindset during this night. I really feel like she caught him. I feel like she caught him and he snapped. I can't get that out of my head. I feel like the parents know to an extent, and it's like, well, we lost our daughter-in-law. We don't want to lose our son. Like, that's kind of the vibe. We lost our grandkids. I don't want to lose my son. You know, it's like making excuses because you don't want to lose the person. Maybe it's like they kind of know, but they don't know all of it because they told him not to tell them, and they just want to pretend that he's this perfect little boy. Like, I don't know. I can't really tell. It almost feels like they've bailed him out of shit before. The Ace of Pentacles is like yelling at me. Like, we've been trapped in this fucking, in his delusions too. Is there any rumors of like payoffs or payouts of like, maybe they've had to bail him out of things before? It could be something as simple as like, I don't know, I don't fucking know. Robbing a liquor store when he's 20. Like, and not robbing, like stealing. You know what I mean? And then having to bail him out so that nothing comes out. Like, that's kind of the vibe here. I wouldn't be shocked if he's been bailed out by his parents before. But anyway, I'm going to move on. Knight of Cups. That's someone who's all emotion, not a lot of logic. Especially if it's night. Because that means you're really just thinking from your heart space. You're not thinking. Because Knight of Cups is not the King of Cups. It's not someone who's evolved. So with this Knight of Cups, it's like you're emotionally stunted. I see Scott, again, being, I feel like she threatened to leave or something, and that's what started this. Because I'm being drawn to, like, the drinking. And I'm hearing the song, no more shopping sprees, no more late night, no more VIPs, no more dough, we can't even kick it. Look at how my camera's bugging the fuck out. Doesn't this happen to Sloan Bellow when spirits are around? Why is my screen bugging out like that? I'm not touching or moving anything. Can you chill? We get it. Something's here. I know. Chill. Can you? Hey. Thanks. It looks like it has a heartbeat. Anyway, I'm going to pull more cards first. I really think he thought he could throw money at this problem. I also think that for a while, yeah, because I'm hearing hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. I think she kind of lied to herself too, because it's giving me this vibe of like, look how she's not looking at the pentacle. It's like, if I don't see it, then it's not happening. But I think, you know how they, and oh God, I did this in a recent reading to another pregnant person, where it's like, once you become a mom, like something happens inside of you where you realize it was the Hailey Bieber reading. Where it's like you suddenly become a mother. Like, I think that's what ended up happening. It's almost like she knew, but she didn't want to know. But now it's like, my baby's coming and I'm finding more shit. And because this reminded me of how, like, in a basement, like, there's shit that's hidden. It's like she found something. Because look, it's like she has this thing in her hand, but she really does not want to acknowledge it. I feel like she might have caught some like work email or something like that. It's like he wasn't covering his tracks that well. Four of Cups in the reverse, it's like, I'm out of my element. I don't know what to do. I feel like this fight happened at home. Because 4 and 4 keeps reminding me of the Four of Wands, which is home. I feel like she caught him and he reacted. I think that's what happened. Allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. I don't feel much else. Let me pull more cards, but I don't know. Yep, my happily ever after's ruined. Lies. Okay, what's the lie? Page of Wands. You're putting your dick somewhere else. Because Page of Wands is like passion, but it's new passion. It's fiery. It's emotional. And it's kind of giving me the vibe of like, I don't want this for my children. This is not my happily ever after. This is remind me of how Taylor Swift just dates like problematic people, because kind of resembles, like Aunt says, kind of resembles Taylor Swift. A little bit. I could see it, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. It's just giving me this vibe of like, I got a bad picker is what I just heard. I got a bad picker. I feel like she caught him. Double card. I know what you're up to. 3 of Cups. That's a cheater. 8 of Swords, but I'm trapped. How do I get out? Why do I feel like she knew about this for a little bit, pondered on it for a little bit, and then realized she couldn't take it anymore because it's like, this is not a life for my children. This is not a life that I want. Because look at how these two are chained, right? And she had 2 kids. Fuck the genders. It's not, I don't think she had a girl. But it's giving me the vibe of like, we would all, yeah, because I'm hearing the song, if we go down, then we go down together. It's like, if I have a kid and keep around this man, then we're all going to get hurt. And I don't think that meant literal. I think it's just more like, how am I going to be a good mother if I stay with a cheater? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the vibe. Because 3 of Cups always reminds me of like Three's a Crowd and jealousy and blah, blah. And look at how in this card she feels trapped. And then next to this card, another woman feeling trapped. And notice how she's all bondaged up, which is like what's going on right now, right? Like, look, that kind of looks like duct tape. I know it's not because it's on her eyes, but it's almost like, and she was found underwater. Look at this. This literally reads like what happened to her. You know what this is giving me? Anyone ever watched the show Dexter? Where he's trying not to get caught, so he throws bodies in the water? Allegedly. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I feel like she caught him out. She had a moment where she had to decide what she wanted to do. She realized that this is not the life that she wanted for herself and her kids. I feel like she confronted him. He went into a fit of rage. And then, boom, suddenly, just like that, killed, wrapped up, sent into the water. Got to figure out a plan. I don't feel like this was pre-planned. I really don't. I'm going to be honest with you, which is, I think this is part of why Scott's fighting so hard not to get the death penalty. It's because I think either his lawyers fully know what he did, or they just know that it's, I'm going to be honest, like, I'm not saying what he did is okay. I'm just saying if he had told the truth, I don't think he would be up for death penalty. Minus the fact that like there was an unborn baby involved in it. So I think some people would still go for the death penalty, but all I'm saying is this doesn't feel planned. This almost feels like she threw a wrench in his plans. 3 of Swords. Yeah, it's like predicting the heartbreak before it happens. I got to hurt you before you hurt me. 10 of Wands. She's the burden now. You fucked up my plans. This is really just about not being able to have my cake and eat it too. And if I can't have you, no one else will. 6 of Swords. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this card. He was on a boat. He was on a boat. And look in this photo, there's a man going after a woman. He was on a boat. Guys, this is, I don't know if, I can't see him getting away with, Spirit, is he going to get away with this? He might be able to get a lesser sentence because there's so much like, I keep hearing the word gross negligence. Cops, maybe. I don't know if cops are necessarily paid off. I think because I'm hearing the song, Am I More Than You Bargained For Yet? I think they always knew it was Scott. I think they just had a problem proving it, but I'm not sure why. Maybe because, wasn't her body like in the water for a while? So you could argue like fuck up of DNA because it's going to get ruined because of the water and stuff like that. I don't know necessarily that the cops were, something about parents would have came up by now if there was some like, I think the only thing that the parents, Scott's parents, I think they have had a habit of bailing him out of situations that he's gotten himself into because he either, I feel like he runs with his emotions. He's giving me narcissist. Death card in the reverse. Yeah, it's like, you know what it's giving me? It's like, I didn't want to kill you. You did this to yourself. Like, that's the fucking vibe, as fucked up as it is. It's like, I wanted a marriage with you. I wanted our happily ever after. You should just accept that I'm going to cheat on you. Like, that's the vibe of this. I think he thought that he was never going to get caught. I think that's the problem. I think he really thought that that he would be able to manage a mistress and a wife. I think that's why he wanted to stay out of the camera, not only because he knew suspicion would come, but because he was always trying to be smart not to let the mistress find out he had another life. I also do not believe that the mistress had any involvement. I'm going to be honest. I think that she was innocent in this. She came up as the Queen of Swords upright. It doesn't give me the same energy as like the Chris Watts situation where she might have been a little bit more knowing. I feel like this girl was like respectfully kind of dumb. I think he said a lot. He's a good love bomber. He's a good gaslighter. And I think she wanted to believe it. And so she did. You know, she didn't do any research. She didn't, you know, look up his criminal record or anything. I think she just took his words at face value. And that's kind of how she got herself in that unfortunate predicament. But Death card in the reverse is telling me that this was not endgame for him. It wasn't. And I think that's why he's so hung up on this, is because, like, I didn't. But it's coming from a narcissistic and selfish place. It's like, I didn't want to lose you. I wanted to be with both of you. I didn't want you to find out about this, blah, blah, blah. But notice how this is a card about marriage and she's on the defense. So it's like, no. Like, if we're in a marriage, yeah, because it's like, if we go down, then we go down together. We're either a team or we're not. Like, we have kids. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's the vibe. 5 of Swords, I'm going to be honest. I am concerned. Remember how earlier I felt like there could be a chance for a lesser sentence? This is reminding me of, like, issues with, like, the DNA that they're worried about. Like, the duct tape that's coming out right now. This is, like, it's not a set and dry case. They don't have a lot of, it feels more circumstantial than it does like proof. Like, I think it goes to his character and all of that, but when it comes down to proof, I feel like he was smart in that throwing a body in water gets rid of a lot of fucking evidence, right? So I feel like the issue is more so, I don't think he'll get away with it, but it's possible he could get a lighter sentence or at least remove the death penalty because they just don't have a lot of proof. It's giving me like, you know how like DNA, but it's underwater for a while and now it's like, I don't know. There's something about DNA here where like it's been fucked up. Is there issues with DNA? Like, is the DNA, I don't know. I just keep being drawn to how the DNA is not where we need it to be for the right type of conviction. And it's got something to do with the water. I don't know, y'all. You know I don't do research on this shit. I watched a true crimer YouTuber cover this for 20 minutes so that I could get an idea of what they say happened. And then I just went in. You guys know me. Yeah, impure intentions. Yeah, it's like if I can't have you, then I'm just going to be free of you. Because it's like no one else can have you. No one's going to be a parent to my kids. It's giving me Chris Watts energy mixed with OJ. 4 of Wands, home. I feel like he killed her in the home. Didn't they say that, like... See, because there was mixed reviews where some people said that they smelled bleach, but then other people said that they didn't, from what my 5 minutes of research, so bear with me here. But this is reminding me of, like, look at how this person's killing someone, like, this looks like a kitchen table, kind of, or something. I feel like it happened in the house. Because it was like, you caught me, this marriage is going to fail, I got to let go of you. Yeah, it's like today for tomorrow energy. Get rid of you. Try to make a bulletproof plan. Don't look stupid. I feel like that day that he was making the phone calls to leave the voicemails and stuff like that and going out on the boat, it was part, oh shit, let me make sure that this looks like I'm not involved. But again, I don't feel like this was planned because if he had a choice, he would have dated both of them for the rest of his life. Again, I'm not saying it's an okay thing. I'm simply saying he would have rather stayed with both. But he snapped because she caught him and did not. Yeah, because I'm hearing the song No More, Baby, I'ma Do Right. So it's like, she must have found out. She had to have found out. I don't know how she found out, but she found out. And so he snapped, fit of rage, oh shit, gotta cover my tracks. And so that's what he did. Because Page of Swords is reminding me of like internet. And they said something about how apparently she was Googling something so that would negate him doing what he did. I don't know. There's something about, there's so many timeline issues and shit. So I'm just really pulling more so on what happened than what all the ideas and speculations are. Because this is giving me like falsifying internet evidence. Because this reminds me of the internet card, but it's in the reverse. So it's impure. So it's like he did the Google searches on behalf of her. Everything's got to look normal in the house so that no one suspects me. Today for tomorrow energy with this Two of Pentacles. I got to make sure to cover all my tracks. I see him cleaning down the house. I feel like that's where he killed her. I think he killed her in the house. I think she confronted him. Like, I see them having an argument in the kitchen, specifically. Do they have any evidence around the kitchen? Because I keep being drawn to the kitchen. It's like, it's almost like she gets out of bed or something. Like, she comes downstairs and she's like, what the fuck is this? I knew you were up to something. I knew you were up to no good, blah, blah, blah. And then he snaps and kills her. Because it's like, oh my God, I'm going to lose everything. Oh my God, I'm going to lose my security. I'm going to lose my kids. Someone else is going to... It's almost like all of that coming up at once. All of your biggest fears that you've been trying to hide forever, all coming out at once. And so it's like blackout, lights out, snap. I feel like he was just like, oh my God, my life's about to end. And so he took hers. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying this is what I'm getting. Anything else, Spirit? Will he get away with this? I feel like he might get a lesser sentence, but I don't think he's getting out of jail. I'd be shocked if he got out of jail. The only way that he could is if he got a really good defense person to argue that the DNA is like degraded or something like that, because I know they're bringing up the duct tape, which might lead to a reduced sentence. But it won't be enough I just don't feel like it's enough to get him out of jail, because I think it's just too obvious that he did it. It's just the problem is they don't know what led to this. And I feel like the part that we're missing is she found something. Whether it was a text, an email, it kind of feels like a work email. Was he emailing her like through work? Did he have a work phone? Like, how did he communicate with his mistress? Was it through work endeavors? Because the Eight of Pentacles being the first card to come out gives me the vibe of like finding something through work. So maybe he wasn't covering his tracks very well and found like a draft email and then like brought out the laptop downstairs and was like, what the fuck is this? And then boom, problems. Yeah, Seven of Cups. There's so many options to choose from. 10 of Swords, self-sabotage. You did this to yourself. And then this is Chariot, which would be the boat in this situation. So it's like, how do I make it look like it's not me? Because I did do this to myself. Listen, allegedly and for entertainment purposes only, I feel like he did it. King of Wands in the reverse. This is just like an aggressor when he doesn't get his way. When he doesn't get his way, he snaps. Does he have Leo placements anywhere? I mean, Scorpio is pretty damn close. It's just a watery Leo, kind of. A little more quiet about their movements. I feel like this is cut and dry, guys. Ignoring my intuition. I feel like he really thought that he had... It's like that whole day when all the theatrics were going on, leaving the voicemails and shit like that, that was him covering his tracks. It's like, let me leave the voicemail so it looks like I care. Let me have the dog have a leash on it so it looks suspect. It's almost like in that day, the plans were after the fact. It wasn't beforehand. I'm at least saying that. The plans were all after the fact. It's like, snap, kill her. Oh shit, gotta clean it all up. I do feel like he cleaned the house. I don't buy that that's not true. I mean, maybe someone didn't smell bleach, but I do feel like he killed her in the house. I don't feel like he killed her. He could have made her unconscious while in the house and then killed her on the boat. But I just feel like he killed her in the house. Maybe it wasn't a blood thing. Maybe it wasn't until he got on the boat. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like he did this. Spirit, is there any way we can get anything in terms of will he... I mean, I already heard probably a lesser sentence, but what will he get justice or... This is like the past coming back to haunt you. I mean, I asked, will he get justice? And Ace of Swords is upright, so that's a good sign. I feel like there's just too much circumstantial evidence already against him that this duct tape DNA thing won't make a difference. If anything, like I said, maybe they'll remove the... I think that's what he wants the most, is just for them to remove the death sentence. If he got life with no parole, I think he'd be fine, because I keep seeing the movie Life. So it's like, he might get life without parole. I think he just doesn't want to die, which is the irony in all of this. But he did it, allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here. There's Mom. Two of Cups, a breakup. Two of Wands, friction. She was going to leave him. She was going to leave him. And he did not want that. It's like my past coming back. I think he's got a trigger around women leaving him. Because Six of Cups reminds me of like sadness from the past that I can't handle. And then this would remind me of like a sword, which is like a deadly weapon. And then here's the mom, the wife. So it's like, maybe he's got like, maybe he's a narcissist because he has a superiority complex because women treated him like shit in the past. I don't know. Like, was he ugly? Was he like an ugly duckling and then bloomed after high school? Because it's giving me the vibe of like, he's got a bone to pick with women. It's like, you got to commit to me and ask no questions. And this is giving me like, was he ugly in high school or something? Did he get bullied and then like became a narcissist? Because I also feel like mother's regret when I touched the Empress card. It's like, we kind of knew my son was capable of this. Like, was there any rumors of him like victimizing other women? Because it almost feels like this is a repeated thing. Now, I don't know if he actually killed anybody, but this is like a repeated pattern of him abusing women. Maybe he's physically abused women, and that was the bailout that I was feeling from his mom, or parents rather. Because it feels like this is like what is it called? Repeated behavior. Because I'm being drawn to those that don't know history are doomed to repeat it. So maybe that's why. Because you know what I kept being drawn to is the movie Age of Adeline, where she disappears after like 10 years because she doesn't die. So she's got to always make up a new life. Is it possible that like he was running away from things in his past? Did his past catch up with him? Because it's almost like, I'm not going to say that he straight up killed somebody before, but there's something in his past that would allude to this being something he's capable of doing. Because 6 of Cups in the reverse, that's past, but it's negative. Sadness, but it's not in the spotlight. A regret of something else that I did. I feel like he's done something else to a woman before. I don't know if that's actually murder or if it's abuse or if it's just manipulation tactics. It's almost like there's either a woman that he killed before straight up, or there's women that he treated very poorly that would be able to take the stand on behalf of his character, if that makes sense. I feel like there's more to his backstory that we don't know about. This is giving me like, I don't know why I can't get P. Diddy and Kim Porter out of my head right now. And how everybody kind of knows without saying anything. It's kind of giving me that same vibe. Is it possible this was not his first rodeo of either abusing women or literally taking one out? I don't know. Y'all have to let me know in the comments. I didn't deep dive this shit. Back deck. 7 of Swords. He did it, allegedly. This is a cheater. He's a fucking cheater. Ace of Wands, you put your dick where it shouldn't have been. 8 of Cups, I can't get over you. You're not leaving. This is exactly what I said, just summed up in 3 cards. I'm a cheater. She's on to him. Look at how she's the one that's looking to the guy that's cloaked. Look at how there's 2 people. It's like she caught on to him. Emotions were high with that full moon right there. Ace of Wands, something from the past is coming back. I feel like she found something and brought it to his attention. Like, yo, what the fuck is this email about? And then he snapped because it's like, I don't want you leaving. That's the vibe of this. Allegedly in front of tape purpose only. Oh, there's the fucking Emperor. I've been waiting for that. Detachment, bad leader, vulnerability, a moment of weakness. I just keep repeating myself. I think she was going to leave him. Or at least she forced him to confront the thing he was hiding and he snapped. Because it was like, you know how like you get into your head and you think worst case scenario? That's kind of the vibe where it's like she might have been just like, what the fuck is this email? And like put it in front of his face. And then everything started to accumulate in his head. And it was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my kids. I'm going to have to pay child support. I'm going to have to pay alimony. I'm going to lose this woman. I don't want to lose this woman. I want my cake and eat it too. And then just blackout snap. That's the vibe of this. Anything else, Spirit? I think he did want to stay for the kids, the fucking irony and all that. But I think he just snapped. Because notice how in this 7 of Wands, there's a woman that's defending herself. I feel like she caught him. I just cannot get that song out of my head. I should have lied. I should have cheated. Maybe I should have went out to the club. I'm being accused of all that. I wonder if, like, she put on a brave face for her family, but it's giving me, like, this relationship was not what we pretended it was. It's almost like getting pregnant was, like, a means of pain. Because you know who I'm seeing in my mind's eye is Beyonce, and how she likes to pretend that her relationship with Jay-Z is anything other than disgusting and fucked up. It's kind of giving me that same vibe. Like, maybe Laci was the type of person that was, like, glass half full. And so she was like, well, maybe if we have another kid, it'll fix the problem. Or, you know, maybe if I spend more time with him or focus on him more, you know what I mean? It's giving me that like victim blaming, but she's the one blaming herself. But I think the universe like conspired to show her what was really going on. Maybe her spirit guides, I don't know how that works exactly, but she found out and she confronted him and he lost his shit. It's giving me OJ Simpson energy. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there, besties. I don't know how you feel about this. Let me know in the comments. To the people that are big into this case, let me know what you guys have heard, what you think. I'm always open to being wrong, but it really feels like she caught him and he snapped. That's the vibe of all of this. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for being a part of this. If you enjoyed and you're new here, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you. To anyone that's looking to I speak English. To anyone that's looking to book a personal reading with me, please know that it takes up to a month. You can book through my website, linked in the description box below. Everything you need is in the description box. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all below. The decks I used, all below. Related videos. I don't know if I'm going to put too many in here. Probably a couple, but usually all below. But yeah, anything else, Spirit? I keep hearing lesser sentence, so he might be able to get rid of this, yeah, because I'm being drawn to my death skull. He might be able to get out of the death penalty, but I don't think he's going to get out of the conviction because there's just too much against him. And honestly, I really do believe that he did it, allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only. So I'm going to leave it here, besties. I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. Let me know if you did in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. So thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.